An investigation that blows the lid off a seamy world where girls are bought and sold for sex online. Police all over the country tell us the sale of sex has dramatically increased with the advent of internet classified ads. 2 years ago, a public outcry led Craigslist to shut down its sex ads, but much of their business went to another website, Backpage.com, owned by Village Voice Media. Would shutting down Backpage help stop the trafficking in underage girls? Or are they, as they claim, actually part of the solution? Nightline investigates. It's a battle that's been waged on street corners since there were street corners. Sex for sale. It's a battle that's been waged on street corners since there were street corners. Sex for sale. But cops say the red light district is old school, the new marketplace for sex.
Backpage. You want to go buy a tennis racket, you can buy that on Backpage. You want to go buy a teenage girl who's about 13, you go right to Backpage's adult section.
We'll call her Jessica. It takes courage to do what she's doing, come out of the shadows and talk about a very dirty business.
She obviously has a pimp because look at all the ads that she has.
How at 17 she was sold by her pimp on Backpage.com, the new superhighway of sex.
You can clearly see she's in high school.
A classified site where you can buy a toaster, a car, or a girl.
Every pimp has a series of rules that each girl is required to follow.
For those who think it's a victimless crime, listen.
There was a time when I didn't obey the rules. My pimp decided to take a potato peeler. He came, grabbed me by my throat, held me against the wall, took the potato peeler, carved it into my face, and then ate the skin.
That's what this scar is right here.
That man is now in jail, thanks in part to her testimony against him. And her mission now is to make sure it doesn't happen to other girls.
I was just looking at your ad off of Backpage.
These days, buying a girl online is just about as easy as calling out for pizza.
So I'm checking out your ad on Backpages. You available?
We spent a day with a human trafficking unit in San Jose, California, where they routinely prowl sites like Backpage to find underage girls.
You available today? What about around 3:30?
Right on time. There she is, just 16 years old. Sadly, just one of many.
You know I haven't swung in forever?
All these girls were once sold for sex, too. Their playground has all the markings of childhood, but none of the innocence.
The girls like to chalk, we like to draw and stuff.
Just as a reminder of how young you all are. We met 17-year-old Megan here at Streetlight USA, one of the few places in the country where girls like her can try to finish growing up. Her pimp is not behind bars, so we've agreed to change her voice and not show her face.
My first night, he took me to a hotel.
Megan went with him, she says, because he promised to be her boyfriend.
He was like, we can take some pictures of you. And so...
Evocative, sexy pictures.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do with the pictures?
He posted them on an internet site called Backpage. All I know is that they put the pictures that I took on there and people started calling.
And then did you start posting them yourself?
Yes, I learned how to write the captions. I learned how to take the pictures. I learned how to pay for the ad and everything. It turned to be very, very simple.
So as a 17-year-old girl, with a month of experience, it was easy as pie to post on Backpage.
Yes.
And how many tricks might you have a night?
I would probably have up to like 20. Once I posted my ad, the phone didn't stop ringing. I was so exhausted. I didn't want to do it anymore.
So you were bringing in a lot of money.
Yes, I was.
$3,000, $4,000 some nights.
Yes.
How much of that were you keeping?
None of it.
We are here to demand an end to sex trafficking, and we're not going away.
Backpage has been taking a very public bruising from a wide range of critics. 48 state attorneys general have signed a letter urging Backpage to shut down all their so-called adult classifieds.
They profit from men who sell women and girls and allow them to be raped for money.
Washington State's Attorney General Rob McKenna says what Backpage is doing is immoral.
This is not acceptable behavior for an American company.
To defend itself, Backpage invited our cameras inside its headquarters.
And this is the first time we've actually allowed anybody in here.
Their new lawyer, Liz McDougall, took us into a room where she says Backpage employees are examining every ad, trying to catch underage trafficking. Tough, because while you're supposed to be 18 to post an ad, no ID is required. How good do you feel the company is in finding people who are underage and being trafficked on this Backpage?
I think the company currently is better than anyone else out there. We're doing more than anyone else right now. Can we do more? Yes, we can do more.
One way they could do more, the site requires a credit card number to place an ad, so police can find the bad guys. But girls told us pimps get around that by using gift cards bought with cash, which are untraceable.
This, notion of gift cards being able to be used, well, that's something that I'm willing to explore more now.
Backpage does screen out about 400 suspicious ads a month and forwards them to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The company argues that while they might be part of the problem, they can also be part of the solution. And police departments around the country told us they do use the site to track down victims.
Is the system perfect? It's not perfect, and that's why I'm here, to make improvements.
But can a company that reportedly makes tens of millions of dollars from sex ads really be trusted to patrol itself? I'm curious about how much money you make posting these ads.
This is not about money. This is about fighting human trafficking online.
So it's been reported $22.8 million last year. Is that correct?
We are here to fight human trafficking online, and that is the reason that Backpage has invested more than 80% of its people in doing that. That is the reason that we cooperate with law enforcement to the degree that we do.
Right now, my question is, how much money does this company make posting these personal ads?
And my answer to you is, this is not about money. This is about providing a tool to save children online.
So is $22.8 million last year accurate or inaccurate?
This discussion is about stopping human trafficking online and the best ways to do that.
So why won't you answer the question?
Because it's irrelevant. Because this is not about making money. If shutting down the adult category on one website was the answer to stop child exploitation, I would be all over that, and I would be out front saying that's the answer. That is not the answer.
She says ultimately the business will be driven offshore where it is harder to regulate. The Attorney General say they will pursue the problem wherever it goes. So you know more than 48 Attorney Generals?
On this subject, I do.
What if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? And what if you are now working for a company that is, in fact, helping exploit these most vulnerable kids?
I grappled with that, and I stayed up nights with that before I took this job. There is no doubt in my mind that this game of whack-a-mole and villainizing one service provider after another is not the right strategy.
Because we could save one child. That one child could have been me. That was saved.
Jessica has a new life now, working with Fair Girls.
You can clearly see that she's not even fully developed.
A group crusading to get Backpage shut down. Next up for her, law school.
If I go to law school, there'll be a way for me to help victims who don't have a voice of their own. I can be their voice.
Indeed, she can. A bipartisan group of U.S. senators is now urging advertisers to pull out of Backpage.com, and tomorrow 2 senators will introduce a resolution calling for the sex classifieds to be shut down.